We want to differentiate the function here, f of x, which is equal to the log of base 5 of x e to the x. So if we want to find the derivative of this function, then using the definition of the derivative of the logarithm, we're going to have 1 over the value of x e to the x times the natural log of the base, which is 5. And then we're going to multiply it by the derivative of x e to the x. Okay, so now we have f prime of x, which is equal to 1 over x e to the x times the natural log of 5. And now we got to use the product rule because we have two things that we're multiplying it by. So we can say that the derivative of x is going to be 1 times e to the x. And then that's plus x times the derivative of e to the x, which is e to the x. And so therefore, in our numerator, we have 1 times the following, which is e to the x plus x e to the x divided by x e to the x times the natural log of 5. And so what we notice that in the numerator, we can factor out an e to the x. And what's left is 1 plus x over x times e to the x times the natural log of 5. And so what that does is we can simplify the e to the x. And then we can rewrite this as f prime of x, which is equal to x plus 1 in the numerator times x times the natural log of 5. So therefore, there's the derivative of that function. Now, we could also solve this in another way. Doesn't mean that we have to do it that way. So another solution is that we can change the form of the function by using logarithmic properties. So if we take a look at the first step here, we have f of x, and what we can do is we have the log of base 5 of x e to the x. And so we can expand that first before we take the derivative to be the log of base 5 x plus the log of base 5 e to the x. And so now we can take the derivative of each one separately. So for the derivative of the log of base 5 of x, we are going to have 1 over x times the natural log of 5 times the derivative of x plus 1 over e to the x times the natural log of 5 times the derivative of e to the x. So we get f prime of x, which is equal to the derivative of x is 1. So 1 times 1 is going to give us 1 over x times the natural log of 5 plus the derivative of e to the x is going to give us e to the x over the natural log of 5, e to the x divided by e to the x times the natural log of 5. So what do we notice? We notice that if we simplify this, this gives us 1. And so now we have f prime of x and then we can combine these logarithm fractions so that they have a common denominator. Well, the common denominator is going to be x times the natural log of 5, x times the natural log of 5. So what do we need to multiply the numerator by in the denominator? Times 1. This is times 1, so that's 1. We need to multiply this by x. So 1 times x is going to give us x. And so therefore, we would get f prime of x to be in the numerator x plus 1 over x times the natural log of 5, which was what we got here as well.